Hey, TJ, I'm just wondering, first of all, how's the golf game coming along? And secondly, what can you and Alex carry over from last year? Just getting those last 5 or 6 games together on a full-time basis. Can that help you roll into this year a little bit?
The golf game is coming along a little slower than I would want. I mean, it sounds like Joe Hayden is just gaining 10 strokes per year now. It's ridiculous. I got to get whatever coach he has. As far as Alex and I'm really looking forward to working with him and continuing to work. And like you said, the last 5 or 6 games that we had together last year gave us a real good look at how we gel together and the things that we can improve on collectively. And that starts with camp here and just getting the communication between him and I and the whole front five. And I'm excited to get to work with these guys again.
Mark Gaboli.
Hey TJ, you have been pretty consistent with your snap counts over the years. Right around 85%. Is that the number that fits you best, or do you need to stay on the field more? And the reason why I ask it is because there's not much in the way of experience or depth behind you and really Alex.
It's something that I always look at early in the season. Something that I am well aware of as the season progresses as well. But I always want to be out there as much as I possibly can. But it's also about managing my play and how efficient that I am when I'm out there. I don't want to be out there if I'm completely gassed. But that's also what we do in training camp here is seeing what kind of depth we have behind us. And if we trust the guys behind us, which we always do come season, I have no problem with taking a break and letting the guy behind me go in and get some reps. But if it's third down and I have a little bit of gas in the tank, I'm going to try to get that rep.
Joe Rudder.
Yeah, TJ, from what the limited experience you have with Alex, what do you guys think you do well, and what do you like to build on?
I mean, the big one is pass rush well. I think he has a great repertoire of moves already. Just coming off his rookie year, he could spin, he could do his ghost move. He's developing more power in his game. I think that's a real high positive. And I also think that he handles the run well. It's just a matter of being more consistent for the both of us. And I think that's the biggest challenge of being a NFL football player is trying to be consistent week in and week out. And I said it time and time again, anybody can have a great game. It's about putting together great weeks and a great season. So that starts with being here in minicamp.
Brooke Pryor.
Hey, TJ, looking at your contract extension coming up, how much have you talked with the Steelers, or have your representation talked with the Steelers about getting something like that done? And money aside, how much have they told you, hey, you are a part of what we're doing here? Have they made that clear that that is definitely something that's in the works?
I mean, with respect to the process, I'm not going to be talking about any contract stuff today.
Tim Benz.
TJ, following up on Joe's question, during the 6 games or so that you had with Alex on the opposite side of the field, did you notice protections from the opposing offensive line sliding your way more at all? And if so, how do you best combat that?
I don't know if I can say exactly when, but I mean, even when Bud and I it was just Bud and I, they were always sliding to either one of us, chipping and everything. So I think it was kind of carryover just from when it was Bud and I. So we were seeing a lot of chips and slides. But Alex is a really talented pass rusher himself too. So, I mean, if guys want to slide my way and chip and everything, he's going to have one-on-ones in the backside. And I'm very confident he's going to win the majority of those battles too. So I don't think there's a way that you can totally protect both of us at one time.
Hey, TJ, I know you're always, motivated, self-driven and all that stuff, and you don't need any extra, but did you expect that maybe last year would be your year to win Defensive Player of the Year? Were you surprised that vote ultimately didn't go your way? And is that driving you at all into 2021?
I don't think it's driving me. I think more than anything, I just want to be the best possible player that I can be, not only for myself, but for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I want to continue to make splash plays. I think a big thing for me is just noticing all the plays that I didn't make last year and wishing that I could have converted on some forced fumbles, some fumble recoveries, some turnovers and sacks and all those types of TFLs, those splash plays that we talk about. There's a lot of good from last year, but there's also a lot of stuff that I want to continue to improve on. And that's why I love this game so much is you're never at your ceiling. So I'm just trying to get better each and every year. And that's what I intend to do starting in this minicamp.
Josh Roundtree.
Hey, TJ, you guys are obviously going to get Devin Bush back into the fold this year. What is it about his game that kind of maybe takes the defense to the next level? What is it that he brings to the table that maybe can really help you when he's back out there healthy?
Speed. I mean, I don't think you can talk about Devin Bush without talking about speed, quickness, and just his intensity. You look back at any of the highlights of our defense, and he's the first guy jumping around, congratulating guys, just being so happy, whether it's him or somebody else making a play. And part of that's just because he's the quickest guy out there, so he's the first to the ball more than anybody else. But just getting a guy like that, especially now, he's in his third year. He's going to know the defense like the back of his hand. He's going to be making calls, and I'm just very excited to have him out there again and see him flying around.
Hey, Terrell, with Steven gone and Mike gone, you guys are going to be expecting Cam to step up a little bit more. What have you guys talked about between you, Joe, Minkah, as far as carrying on this year with the secondary and the adjustments y'all going to have to make with the guys missing and other guys you're expecting to step up?
We definitely lost some good guys, Mike and Steve. But Cam, he was pretty much in our mix last year too. So Cam, he's already adjusted to us. We already know how Cam plays. We know that he's a good player. And then we have some young guys stepping in. We have James Pierre, Justin Lane, all the young guys that we drafted. So we got a lot of guys in the mix that can come in and help us out. So we just got to keep on working. And right now, this is the time to really merge and become as one.
Alan Saunders, Pittsburgh Sports Now.
Yeah, you guys didn't do a lot of hitting at OTAs. Obviously, you and Minkah have been playing next to each other for a couple of years now. Why do you feel like it was important for you to be there during those 3 weeks? And are you looking forward to maybe doing some hitting this week?
I don't think there's no hitting this week. Not it's a training camp, but it's just I think it was a good thing that we all came together because, like you said, we lost a few guys. We lost some key guys. We lost some starters. So just to have those new guys filling those roles and feel comfortable with the calls and adjustments and figure out how everyone plays, I think that's a big thing for our chemistry in the back end.
Reef Apollo, Post-Gazette.
Yeah, hey, Terrell, just wondering about the conversation with Mike. Was there anything specific that he said you needed to improve on? And are you hopeful that maybe you guys can get something done at the end of the season if, if the finances work out and all that? Or are you pretty much intent on hitting free agency next March?
Of course, I would love to come back to Steeler Nation. I mean, they're the people that gave me the opportunity to become in the NFL, made all my dreams come true. So definitely it was still open for maybe next year we can make something happen. And it just, I guess right now, I just got to bet on yourself. And that's what I'm doing, just coming in, working every day, just keeping my head on straight and just let's go out there and put 100% every game.
Chris Carter, DK.
Terrell, have you lined up a lot of different places last year because of your versatility as with your size and speed. Has there been more talk about different ways that you might be used this year? Like maybe you help out more in the slot or maybe you're helping against the run more just based on what you guys have been talking about in the offseason?
Right now, I think we're going to keep everything pretty much the same. We're going to try to stay what we were doing last year because it worked out last year. It helped us out. Everything was in our favor. Everyone was in good position. So just pretty much stay on what we have. If it's not broke, don't fix it. I think Minkah said that the other day, and we're just going to stick to that and just try to keep on growing together as a back end.
Alan Saunders.
We talked to Minkah a couple weeks ago, and he was saying, he was kind of disappointed that they didn't pick up your option. That he's really liked playing with you. How much have you enjoyed, that partnership? And, I guess, how good do you think you guys can be? Do you think you're one of the best safety tandems in the league?
Of course, I feel like we're growing each year. Every year we've been getting better together. Each year we've been pushing each other to get better. And it's just that chemistry part of everything. Just, I know what he's going to do just by looking at him. So we just catch eye contact sometimes and we just already know what each other's going to do. So I think that's a big part. And that's helping both of us out, making us both go out there and make plays. So I definitely love playing with him.